Washington President Trump on Tuesday nominated Judge Neil Gorsuch, a federal appeals court judge in Denver, to fill the Supreme Court seat left open by the death of Justice Scalia, elevating a jurist whose conservative bent and originalist philosophy fit the mold of the man he would succeed. Judge Gorsuch has outstanding legal skills, a brilliant mind, tremendous discipline, and has earned bipartisan support, Mr. Trump said, standing beside the judge and his wife, Louise, in the East Room of the White House. It is an extraordinary resume, as good as it gets. If confirmed, Judge Gorsuch would restore the 5-4 split between liberals and conservatives on the court, handing Justice Anthony M. Kennedy, 80, who votes with both blocs, the swing vote. At 39, Judge Gorsuch is the youngest nominee to the Supreme Court in 25 years, underscoring his potential to shape major decisions for decades to come. In choosing him, Mr. Trump reached for a reliably conservative figure in the Scalia tradition, but not someone known to be divisive. Mr. Trump, who recognized Justice Scalia's wife, Maureen, in the audience as he announced his choice, heaped praise on the late Judge Gorsuch, said he was humbled by his most solemn assignment. "I will do all my powers permit to be a faithful servant of the Constitution and laws of this great country," he said. He also praised Justice Scalia as a lion of the law. The announcement presaged a bitter political battle on Capitol Hill, where Democrats in the Senate, still stung by the Republican refusal to confirm President Barack Obama's nominee for the seat, Judge Merrick B. Garland, have promised stiff resistance. A Colorado native who was in the same class at Harvard Law School as Mr. Obama, Judge Gorsuch is known for his well-written, measured opinions that are normally, though not exclusively, conservative. He holds a Ph.D. from Oxford University, where he was a Marshall Scholar, and a pedigree as a law clerk at the Supreme Court to Justices Byron R. White and Kennedy. President George W. Bush nominated Judge Gorsuch to the federal bench in 2006. Judge Gorsuch's personal connections to Justice Kennedy are no accident. By choosing a familiar figure, several officials said, the White House is sending a reassuring signal to Justice Kennedy, 80, who has been mulling retirement. Choosing a more ideologically extreme candidate, the officials said, could tempt Justice Kennedy to hang on to his seat for several more years, depriving Mr. Trump of another seat to fill. Still, Judge Gorsuch's conservative credentials are not in doubt. He has voted in favor of employers, including Hobby Lobby, who invoked religious objections for refusing to provide some forms of contraception coverage to their female workers. And he has criticized liberals for turning to the courts rather than the legislature to achieve their policy goals. There had been speculation that Mr. Trump would choose someone with a less elite background for the court. The other finalist for the post, Judge Thomas M. Hardiman, was the first person in his family to graduate from college, and helped pay for his education by driving a taxi. The White House had stoked suspense over Mr. Trump's court choice in the hours before announcing it. A senior Trump administration official said both Judge Gorsuch and Judge Hardiman, the apparent runner-up, were summoned to Washington for the nomination ceremony. But only Judge Gorsuch appeared at the ceremony shortly after 8 p.m. In an allusion to the intense foreshadowing he and his team had done to build speculation over the pick, Mr. Trump interrupted his own announcement to marvel at his ship. "So was that a surprise?" the president said after announcing Judge Gorsuch's name. "Was it?" The East Room was filled with White House officials, Republican lawmakers and reporters as Mr. Trump revealed his choice. The president, staring down what is likely to be a bitter partisan battle over Judge Gorsuch's confirmation, expressed hope that he could avoid such a dispute. "I only hope that both Democrats and Republicans can come together for once, for the good of the country," Mr. Trump said. Judge Gorsuch is the son of Ann Gorsuch Burford, who became the first female head of the Environmental Protection Agency under President Ronald Reagan. He attended Georgetown Preparatory School, outside Washington, before going to Columbia University. Democrats, who declined invitations from Mr. Trump to attend the White House announcement ceremony, seemed unlikely to be satisfied with Mr. Trump's choice. Senator Chuck Schumer of New York, the Democratic leader, has said he is ready to block any candidate he sees as outside the mainstream, a stance that could touch off a Senate showdown. Judge Gorsuch will need to draw the support of 8 Democrats to join the 52 Republicans in the Senate to surmount a filibuster and move forward with an up or a down confirmation vote. But Mr. Trump is already urging Republicans to change long-standing rules and push through his nominee on a simple majority vote. Liberal activists rallied in front of the Supreme Court building in a swift condemnation of Mr. Trump's choice. They derided Judge Gorsuch as a right-wing Trump's choice. They derided Judge Gorsuch as a right-wing ideologue who would lay waste to important judicial decisions in areas including civil rights and abortion rights as well as environmental and worker protections. Nan Aaron of the Alliance for Justice called Judge Gorsuch a disastrous choice, adding that his record showed no sign that he would offer an independent check on the dangerous impulses of this administration. Louise of Pro-Choice America said that Judge Gorsuch represents an existential threat to legal abortion in the United States and must never wear the robes of a Supreme Court justice. Conservative groups started their own push in defending Mr. Trump's nominee. Within minutes of the president's announcement, organizers said the Judicial Crisis Network was to begin the first phase of a $10 million television advertising campaign on the nominee's behalf, along with a website promoting Mr. Trump's pick. More than 50 groups were backing the effort, including gun rights and anti-abortion rights activists in the Tea Party. Tom Fitton, president of the right-leaning group Judicial, called Mr. Trump's nomination a major step in the right direction in defining his presidency and moving the Supreme Court away from dangerous and destructive judicial activism. It is good to see the president nominate someone who will follow the rule of law rather than legislate from the bench, Mr. Fitton said. Juanita Duggan, the president of the National Federation of Independent Business, an organization representing small businesses, said she was also heartened by the choice because of Judge Gorsuch's willingness to challenge regulatory overreach.